Hi, my name is Anthony Giglio. I'm a wine writer and a sommelier, which is a French term for a guy who likes to drink a lot of wine. That's why I'm starting at this part of the Kohler Ultimate Entertainment House down in the basement, which I actually would like to call the Cellar because it reminds me so much of a classic wine cellar that you'd find in perhaps a European home or in my dream house. This is the wine library. I love from floor to ceiling how all these elements make me think of a real wine cellar, from the hand stuccoed ceiling to this beautiful wood flooring, which is actually grouted with cork, the same cork that's used to seal the bottles. And as you could see behind me, there are these beautiful cabinetry wood shelves that house single bottles quite beautifully. I would probably use these for everyday storage where wines are going to move pretty quickly in and out of this room. Because even though we're underground, there still is temperature fluctuation, and that could affect how wines age. But you don't need to worry about that in this room because we have this beautiful sub-zero unit, a twin unit actually, which has two temperature zones in each side. So there's two separate units. Up top are the reds that are kept somewhere around 57 degrees for ambient temperature. On the whites, around 44 degrees, which keeps them ready to serve. And if they are a little too cold, they'll actually warm up when you take them out. But it's a perfect unit. When my wife and I entertain, we like to start off with cocktails, glasses of wine, something light to wet the palate before dinner. And we typically would do it in another room outside of the dining room. In this house, you have the perfect venue because from across the wine cellar, you pass through this barrel-vaulted foyer into what would be a beautiful informal dining room that's got, both a nice table to sit at if you wanted to actually sit down, or put a little light buffet on here, maybe some crudité or other hors d'oeuvres. I would have all the wines that we're going to serve for dinner on the table, or at least one bottle of each like we have here, just to get people excited about what we're going to have. I like to get the guests acclimated to the fact that this is a dinner party, half of which is wine, the other half is food. And also what makes this room so warm is the Baker furniture. It just has the right balance between formal and informal, classy and everyday. It's a nice mix of pieces that give the room great versatility. In the foyer between the two rooms, between the wine cellar and the informal dining room, is this beautiful corridor, which actually is a focal point when you come down the stairs, and you see this magnificent mirror here. And this, what at first glance you're not sure what to make of this, but it's a wet bar in disguise as beautiful furniture. We have cabinetry on both sides, flanking this basin-style sink, and hidden here in plain sight are two dishwashers, not one but two, that actually would take the burden of entertaining down here with having to bring glassware back upstairs or plates from a cold buffet. Everything goes right in here and stays down here, and then is stored in the cabinetry. I think it's a brilliant idea and perfect for entertaining on the light side down in the cellar. And just beyond the wet bar is this fabulous prep station here, which is completely unnoticeable unless you stared at it and realized what you're looking at. You have on this beautiful marble surface a Wolf electric range, a wood-paneled refrigerator which completely disappears until you snoop around and notice it. The microwave, of course, we know, and the plates. This is like a small kitchenette paired with the wet bar. It's all you need to entertain. So if you were to start down here with drinks in the wine bar, move into the informal dining room and have perhaps a little buffet, or even sit down, you could conduct an entire evening of entertaining right here in these three rooms. But all you really need for a perfect dinner is good friends, good wine, good food, and it'll be a great night.